Unmute us.
Hello and welcome back to Games Embassy with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I am one of your army of hosts, Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
How you guys doing? I'm Ambassador Jason.
And welcome to our corner of the internet where we have news about stuff. I'm Chris. Mike, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. Woke up to find news that another person has indeed contracted the coronavirus in my area, so that's awesome. It's great news. I don't go outside.
Coronavirus wants to know your location.
True. But I don't go outside, so that's not really a problem for me. So I think I'll be
Jason. All right, you talk too much. Jason, how are you today?
Enjoying spring break. It's a good day.
I have spring break. Well, my school closed, so now I'm doing online classes. But after 1 week of online classes, then I go on spring break. So
there you go.
Nice.
Bully for me. Let's get into the updates, announcements, and other miscellaneous news. Starting out, Reggie Fils-Aimé is joining GameStop's board of directors. GameStop is hoping that Reggie's experience leading Nintendo will allow them to turn their business around, along with their current other members of the board. Well, that is,
that's a thing. That's happening.
They want Reggie to come around and polish that turd into a diamond.
Pretty much.
I don't know if that's how it works. But
Reggie's gonna be like, well, as you can see here, nobody likes you, and that's why nobody's buying anything.
I mean,
your employees hate you. You guys are so You guys are so crazy at the point where you actually want a strike walkout so that you can fire all the old employees and bring in new people at cheaper costs.
That's so bad.
How messed up is that? You want a strike just so you have an excuse to fire all of your old staff.
I mean, they could just
That's
do that
nuts.
in a lot of states. So
That's nuts.
yeah, I don't know.
putting GameStop's nonsense aside, Reggie is really good at what he does.
Right.
I mean,
That's
look what he did for Nintendo. Look what he did for the company prior to Nintendo. Who did he work for prior
Pizza
to Nintendo?
Hut, I think.
Yeah, Pizza
Yeah.
Hut. Didn't he work for a beverage company also?
I think so.
Pepsi or Coke or something like that?
I
Or
think
maybe an alcoholic
Coke.
beverage?
I think Coke.
I'm not sure.
But I could be
But
wrong.
Reggie's extremely talented at what he
Yeah.
does. So if there's any person right for the job, it would be Reggie. Now, as far as what he does, it's gonna take a miracle to get.
Yeah, he doesn't have much to work with. I'm not denying Reggie's good. Okay, what I'm saying, if you put the world's greatest, fighter, like combat,
Sure.
tried to have them protect a horde of 200 people from another horde of 200 people, do you think that he would
Right.
succeed?
Unlikely.
Unlikely. They want
But-
Reggie to fix something that is horrible.
But if you give that guy a Gatling gun, it becomes much more feasible.
So all right.
We need to
This is it.
metaphorically give
This
Reggie
is
a
it.
Gatling gun.
give physically and metaphorically, we need to give Reggie a Gatling gun. Noted.
So that he goes to your most popular stores and he goes, you're like, I would like to trade in my game, and he's like, oh, really? What do you think about that? As he lays down his Gatling gun on.
Dude, I'm picturing. Do you want to buy the extended warranty on your game? And he's just behind the counter with all 12 barrels pointed right at this person's face. I think you want to buy that extended warranty. Might want to sign up for a pro membership, don't you?
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Yes.
That's how Reggie restores GameStop's reputation and their profitability.
With
Holy
threats.
crap.
Jason, take us into some more Nintendo stuff.
Yes, Nintendo's lengthy case against Game Vice comes to an end. Finally, the company was being sued for allegedly violating the patent of Game Vice. Game Vice dropped the case and followed up with a claim with the U.S. Trade Commission. Site 360 Law stated that Nintendo Co. walked away victorious from consolidated inter-parties reviews of a Game Vice mobile gaming patent, with the patent trial and appeal board invalidating all 19 claims Nintendo had challenged. In a pair of decisions issued Tuesday, the board determined that all claims were obvious in light of earlier patents. I'm not quite sure what.
That's a lot of business speak.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. What was the?
So I sent actually in the chat so you guys can actually see it. I sent the item that Game Vice was actually suing over. This is a story me and Chris covered like a million years ago when we actually probably like around the time we first started Ambassadors, because the Switch came out in what, 2017? So
Yes.
yeah, Switch came out in 2017. We started Ambassadors in 2016. So this was like pretty soon after like the Switch came out that they sued over this thing.
So they were suing Nintendo over Joy-Cons because of that image?
Basically, yes. Because
That's a
apparently
joke.
this thing also had like some processing power stuff where it was supposed to boost the processing power of like the phone or whatever so that it could run games better. And they were like,
Okay.
oh, the Switch basically stole our idea.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Which is
Speaking
pretty
since we're on the topic of lawsuits, Nintendo tried what's what I'm looking for, ending their lawsuit that people
Oh, the
put up for
Joy-Con
Joy-Con.
one, the
Yeah.
class action. Yeah, I read
Yeah, they
about
tried
that.
ending the class action. I'm like, excuse me, I still have Joy-Cons that don't work, and
Yeah,
they're
dude,
brand
too.
new.
Dude, the judge was just straight up, nope.
Like my Let's Go Pikachu Switch, those Joy-Cons don't work.
Oh,
My-
that's a shame. You got a
Yeah, it
special
sucks.
edition one.
Yep.
I'd be
My
so
purple and
mad.
orange Joy-Cons that just came out like a month or two ago, those have the drift issue as well. I'm over here like, how are you going to dismiss a class action lawsuit when it's clearly hasn't been fixed?
Yeah.
Like
It's
I
like
want to
an
get the
ongoing
Animal Crossing
problem.
bundle. Yeah, I want to get the Animal Crossing bundle, but I don't want to spend money and then those awesome Joy-Cons don't work, and I'm over here like, great.
Right.
Whenever that happens, I order the most recent model of them off of line. If you send them to me and order me the replacement part, I'll put them together for you.
Oh yeah, you know how to do that.
I do know how to do that. Dude, those ribbon cables suck, but I know how to do it.
I took apart two Joy-Cons to put on a clear atomic purple shell, N64 style,
yeah.
and that was the worst thing in the world.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But compared to
the
doing, I
Joy-Cons
also
are
did the
pain.
same thing. I have these custom like cosmic ones. One looks like a blue nebula, the other one looks like a red nebula, like Joy-Con, and I had to do the same thing. So compared to that, just getting and replacing the joysticks is going to be a cakewalk. So
That's
if you send those to me, I'll do that for you.
I think I've told you about this, but I don't think I've said it on the podcast. So my launch Joy-Cons, the gray ones I had drift, so I sent them in, right? Like when they initially started doing that. I actually, before that even happened, before the class action happened, and before they were like, oh, we'll do all Joy-Cons, I actually called Nintendo to get it fixed because I had drift early on, and I was unemployed at the time. And they're like, oh, we'll just waive the fee for you then, and so they were gonna do it for free anyways. But I couldn't afford the packaging or whatever, so I sent them eventually later on once this whole thing happened, and I got them back, and they didn't. I think I told Chris this. The way that they fixed the drift doesn't exist anymore, but they did not center the joystick, so the input is off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like when you push it in a certain direction, the degree to which you're pushing it isn't accurate. So like if I'm pushing
That
it,
sucks.
45 degrees, it actually pushes it like 30 degrees or something. So it's like, I'm
And
like,
calibrating the joystick doesn't fix it.
no, it even calibrating it, it still has that where it's not. It's however they set it on there, they set it on there wrong. So like I
Good stuff.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I also signed up for that lawsuit. I don't know if you guys did as well, but
I did not. Let me know when you get your $12 check in the.
no, I will. What they
That would
honestly,
be-
what they need to do is everybody that has needs to be able to either get them fixed or buy new Joy-Cons, and they need to like, because I own 3 pairs of Joy-Cons, like, and you guys
Only
obviously
3?
own multiple, so like,
I think I got too many, man.
yeah, I can't justify I can't justify keeping up with them.
I know what you're
when,
trying to
like,
say. You can't
they're-
justify continuing to purchase
When they're
Joy-Con if they're
broken.
just going to keep
Yeah,
breaking.
like I'm not gonna
Yep.
spend $80 on these when they keep breaking.
And they're not
Yeah,
cheap.
They're so expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For these little tiny controllers are like
They're the most expensive
More
controller
ex-
on the market.
more
now.
expensive than basic One controllers and PlayStation 4 controllers.
Right, exactly.
It's nuts.
So, yeah.
So let's
let's move on.
Mike, go ahead and move us on to the one game announcement and release date.
Yeah, the one big game that came out this week. So Call of Duty's free-to-play battle royale, Warzone, has officially released. It's been teased and it was leaked a bit earlier in the week, and then it was officially launched on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. So Activision has launched Warzone, a battle royale with 2 different modes. The battle royale is a 150 player battle royale with teams of 3, with some new ideas like cash and buying items and loadouts. Plunder is the second mode, and it's a fight for cash where players look to earn the most amount of cash by either doing contracts, defeating other players, finding it on the map, all that kind of stuff. The game also has unified progression between multiplayer and crossplay, meaning that you can play where you like with what you have. You can also purchase Modern Warfare and keep all your items from the Battle Royale. You won't need to download anything additional because when you download Warzone, you have to download the whole damn game. So
You have to download Modern Warfare as well, even if you
Nope.
don't.
yep. So that sucks.
Correction.
Huh.
I downloaded Warzone. I didn't have Modern Warfare. It was an 80 gig download. So I thought that was the whole game, and then I played Warzone for a bit. And I was like, "Oh man, Modern Warfare isn't that bad. Like it looks great. Like it feels
Sure.
great to play."
So you picked it
So
up.
then 2 days later, I picked it up for like $30, and I had another 80 gigs to download.
No, what?
And I
How?
thought, and I had
Oh,
a
you're
friend
on
waiting
PC,
for me to
I
play.
assume.
Yeah, I'm on PC.
Okay.
So I had another friend with me waiting to play, and I was like, "Yeah, I just get the game, and I'm good to go." And next thing you know, another 80 gigs to download.
That's
I was
crazy.
like, "Great."
Because
So that was 160 gigs right there.
on console, it's 100 gigs for Warzone. And
Yeah, I was gonna say we downloaded Warzone, and it
when
was
you
like 100.
boot up Warzone, does it show Modern Warfare as well? Like in the menu item?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so weird.
yeah. When I go to play Warzone, it's all in the client of Modern Warfare. Period. So
Okay. Because like when we boot up Warzone, it does say Warzone Call or Modern Warfare or something like that. I forget what the actual title is or whatever. But like when you boot it up, it has like, oh, you can buy Modern Warfare the campaign here, or you can buy like the multiplayer or whatever. And on console, when you download Modern Warfare, it's like 80 gigs or whatever, and then with the update, it was 20 gigs. So I just assumed that since Warzone was 100 gigs and that Modern Warfare was 80 plus a 20 gig patch, it just made sense that they were, you know what I mean? But maybe they are
Yeah.
two different games, and so like when you download one, you still have to download everything for Modern Warfare for some reason.
it seems like
I don't know.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. We saw that Blackout came out, and it was like associated. Well, it was built in to Black Ops 4.
Mm.
And then, even though people were mad at Blackout for being like for adding the kind of loot boxes to it,
Sure.
kind of made people mad, so it stopped being played. But now this one is in the client of Modern Warfare. So what's going to happen when next year's Call of Duty comes out?
You play a new
it
Battle
will
Royale
die.
with a
Yeah.
new- yeah.
Is this what it's going? Is it going to be like? That doesn't make any sense. The reason
That's-
one of the reasons people stay with Fortnite is because it's just a continuation.
Yes,
like
every
all your
season.
stuff is
Yep.
still there.
Yep.
It's a
I
continuation. Is Call of Duty going to release a new battle royale game like every
year?
single
Yeah, probably.
every half cycle after after their game comes out? Like that makes no sense to me.
And that's been an argument that I've said for just their base game period. There's no reason to keep making the same crap
Over and
every
over
couple of
again.
years. Like
Yeah.
make it a service.
Yep, that's what
Activision wants the money.
me and Jason, I think, have talked about it a handful of times. But I actually, a long time ago, and I remember talking with Chris about this. I made a video about exactly that, making Call of Duty a service, and just like make each game its own game, have whatever.
Yep.
And like it would require, I think, more work because I think you would ultimately have to do like each studio would probably have to work on one thing. Like I would just put whatever, Infinity Ward I would just have on the campaigns or on the multiplayer, and have
Mhm.
Treyarch do zombies because that's clearly
Yep.
what they're best at. Like, and then just have them put a new one out every year. And if they're focusing just on that, they could probably build a whole game in 9 months. You know what I mean? Like
And
they've
not only
done it
that,
so long.
Like they're doing like I would feel like me personally. I don't ever want to really spend money in these games because they're
either.
always gone in a couple of years.
Right.
The amount of money I've invested in Fortnite, PUBG, like Hearthstone, like these service games, I don't worry about it because as long as the company's around, the game's around.
Right.
So I feel a bit more at ease doing, these purchases as opposed to Call of Duty, where I know any money I invest in that is limited.
Gone.
Period.
Yeah, it's gone at the end of the year. Because
Yeah,
that
so-
was
So-
my original argument with that.
I think they
was
would make more money.
make it a platform, especially with Battle Royale.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move us into the news. It's kind of funny. We say we're supposed to discuss the news and then just say the updates, but we always end up discussing the updates too.
Yeah, well,
I find
sometimes they're
funny.
actually useful, but like,
Yeah.
I think here we have a reason to discuss these things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the updates are just straight facts. So, anyways, continue. I'm done interrupting.
Oh, I'm allowed to continue. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm done interrupting.
All right, good. So 2K is back into making NFL games. Oh, goody! The company announced that it has struck a deal with the NFL to start in 2021, assuming we're all still here, to make games for the NFL. The biggest factor in this is that 2K will not be directly competing with EA in simulation games like Madden, because apparently EA has the exclusive rights for simulation games for the NFL. 2K and EA had previously competed in making NFL games until EA signed an exclusivity deal with the NFL. What kind of football game can you make if it's not a simulation football game?
Arcade,
Yeah.
like Blitz.
Yeah, they can make like all the weird, crazy spin-off games or whatever.
Which, in my opinion, EA did a better job at the arcade games, like when they had those. I'm pretty sure EA is the one that made those Street Leagues, right?
Probably.
Back on like the PS2, Xbox days.
Let's see.
Those games are great. Those were fun games. 2K is
EA
really
makes
good at simulation games. I mean, like their basketball games are great.
Yeah.
Not so
price
much their
gouge, but
wrestling games, because those are atrocious.
right.
Like the last 2 years. I mean, like, come on. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have some really cool arcade football type games coming out. That's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be good because I guess EA was slightly concerned about that because they put out a statement after 2K announced this, like, oh, we still have exclusive rights or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, we don't really give a shit. Like, we don't really care.
EA, you are a garbage company, and we don't.
Yep.
Yeah, I work down the street from their Orlando office, so it's always like.
So it's a good potty place then. You know, you gotta
Yeah.
poop on the road. Go up to the company's doorstep, just drop one.
When I feel irrationally angry, yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's a playtest area. Honestly, I think that's what the whole thing is that they do there. I think it's just playtesting, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm scrolling through these lists and I'm not seeing. These are all old. They're organized by name, not by year. And so like a lot of these aren't done by EA. They were done by like Tecmo and like let's see. NFL Tour was done by EA Tiburon. Actually, I lied. Yeah, Tiburon is the one that's in Florida. So I guess it's a studio. It's not a playtest area. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. There's all sorts of weird games, but I don't see any specifically that EA did that were like the spin-off ones. I just see Madden. So, oh yeah. If you get irrationally angry, I can go like take a dump on to the studio because they do Madden. So if you're mad at Madden,
EA just makes me so sad.
right?
Recently, unless I see I pre-order games like very quickly,
Right.
expecting them to be good. But EA has showed me that I have to wait for their game to come out
Pretty much,
and actually find out whether
it's good or not.
other people whether it is actually good.
Right.
And that's what sucks because I would have bought Modern Warfare had I known it was this good on release and like been having so much fun with it. But I got screwed over at Black Ops 4. So
Right. So you're mad. I don't blame you.
yeah, I wasn't gonna. And I wanted to come out October, November.
Yeah.
I'm joining in like months after, but
Right.
it's whatever.
I mean, I think that's ultimately their plan with the Battle Royale. The whole reason they're putting it out now is because this is. We talk about this all the time, Chris and I, and it's part of the reason why I stopped buying COD. Is this around the time where COD dies for me and a lot of my friends?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
usually this is about the time where the last DLC is released. So, like, I think it's honestly a pretty good time for them to release it. So, but we'll have to see what's up with all of that later on. But yeah,
All right.
EA sucks.
Jason, take us into some news
Positive
that
news.
isn't EA or Activision or something that's gonna.
A company that
Drain
makes
my
us
wallet.
cry.
Certainly. So Dreams is getting some options for creators to use things commercially off of PlayStation. Media Molecule announced that it is going to test a limited scale initiative to allow users to use Dreams created items, concept art, music, albums, short films outside the PlayStation 4 ecosystem. Developer says that those who wish to participate can do so by signing up For their beta evaluation program, those applying are told to have a project, concept idea, a time frame for development, and providing feedback to Media Molecule while in development. Sorry for the
No,
There's
it's all
still there are still a lot of items.
Unacceptable!
Oh no!
Sorry, I'm
You
sorry.
had to think.
You're fine.
Go ahead.
There are still a lot of items Media Molecule is looking to deal with when it comes to allowing Dreams creations to be used commercially, but they are doing a lot to investigate what their options are.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool. Like I've seen some of the work
cool.
that people have put together in this thing, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't have that skill or talent, but it is amazing.
I've never played Dreams.
I have it. I got it when it was in early access because I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
try
it's
it
on my
out.
console from when you downloaded.
Yeah, you should have it, or at least have access to it. We got to figure all that out. Anyways,
It's what Xbox wanted that one program.
yeah,
that
what
they
was that
had
thing that they
to
had?
really be?
Project
I'm
something.
like,
Light.
Yeah, I actually signed up for that. Yeah, I think it was like Light or something like that.
I don't remember.
And
what you're
I
talking
messed around in it for a bit, and I was like, this could be cool. And then nothing really ever happened with it. But the people that are using Dream, they're making everything, man. They're
It
making
has a very dedicated audience.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't put too much time into it because, like I said, I'm kind of a competitive gamer now.
Right.
But for what it's worth, what they have going, it's really cool.
I like it a lot. I think I discussed this a little bit, but I've always thought that Dreams would be better off as like a service model or like being sold as an engine. Like ever since I got it, I kind of thought that was originally what I was hoping for it, but then when I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, at the end of the day, this is just like a game engine. I don't know why Sony didn't just like, I get why they're selling it as a game or whatever, but like, I don't know why they don't just also offer it as an engine to sell to people. Like, I know it's like their proprietary technology or whatever, but like, you're not going to get other people using this engine. You know what I mean? Like, Kojima's not going to build a game in this engine. Like,
Nope.
It'd be cool if he did, though.
it'd be pretty funny if he did, but one of the things is that with Dreams is, it's got a lot of copyright infringement. So there is some stuff in there.
How?
Because people will build like Mario levels or like stuff like that.
What do you mean currently right now?
Yeah.
They have copyright infringement right now?
I mean, yeah, they're building. People build like all sorts of crazy
Yeah,
shit in there.
but
Sonic and all that.
I was watching a YouTube video on Dreams, and they can't claim copyright infringement because they're not using their intellectual property. They're creating it with the assets that are within the game itself. They're not importing used assets. They're just recreating it with assets that are already there.
Right.
But essentially, they can't claim.
Oh, maybe
it was this big legal thing. Yeah, it was a big legal thing where these companies like Nintendo and Sega and Microsoft
Can't
for the
sue
Halo
them,
franchise, they can't sue them because the tools that they're using, they're not directly importing the
It's
the
like fan art,
creation.
basically.
Yeah, it's fan art essentially. That's what it falls down on.
Okay. Well, that's smart.
So maybe that's why they're really hesitant about making money off this, because
Right.
then there could be concerns. Because right now, no one's making any money, any profit. It's just
Right.
free games.
And
But when it comes down to money, that can be a huge issue.
True. And there have been a few prospects where I've heard there have been some people who made exceptional things in Dreams that got hired at like dev studios and stuff. So like
That's
stuff like
awesome.
that may happen. Where
That's really cool.
I mean, if you're short on time, right, and you're a game developer who already knows how to like code and do all that the hard aspect of game development, and you wanted to build a concept really quick in Dreams, I could totally see why why a developer may do that. You know what I mean? Just build the concept real quick in Dreams, couple days, maybe a couple weeks, and then use it to pitch, right? Like I could totally see somebody doing that versus like, okay, I'm gonna buy Unreal and just like take the time to code all of this. You know what I mean? For a demo or something. So I totally understand where they're coming from with this. It's super smart. I mean, it's an easy way to make money off of it too. Because if it's like, okay, well, like, we all know with engines you revenue share most of the time. You know what I mean? So I think this is a smart move. I'm excited that Dreams gets to be more than just like, here's all this weird, goofy crap people made. Because there is a lot of good stuff on it.
All right, good talk.
All right, good. Yeah, nobody's got anything else about dreams because I'm the only one who's played it. I know Jason like watches streams. Oh shit! I just knocked out my headset because I'm an idiot. Hold on, I can't hear anymore.
No.
There we go. Just kick the shit out of my cord. Anyways, yeah, nobody played Dreams. I get it. Let's move on.
Yeah, I did not play Dreams. It was a cool idea, though.
It is.
This is my favorite piece of news. I
That's
love this so much. So,
skip me.
wait, no, I'm sorry. I skipped Mike.
I was
Please,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
Also, it's hilarious that you set that up that way, and then my story is this. So it kind of makes you sound like an asshole. Anyways, E3 is canceled, officially. Chris is super excited about it, as he just said, clearly. Yeah,
No.
E3 is canceled because of the coronavirus, basically. Obviously, one of the big things right now is they don't want people to be, gathering in large areas all together, crowded areas, stuff like that. And obviously, that's what E3 is. So they announced via the site that they won't be holding the official, conference, and that they're looking for a way to do something online in news, or for announcements in news in June. So, I've also heard EA saying something like that. Ubisoft said something like that, and Xbox said they're going to do something. And obviously, Sony's going to do something this year. We just don't know what. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Coronavirus, if you didn't know, it's a thing.
Pretty much. People are concerned that this is going to be like the nail in the coffin for E3.
E3.
Yeah, and I'm
It
just...
could.
It could
It wasn't.
be.
E3 wasn't looking all that good already.
Yeah.
With all these different people dropping out of it.
Well, that, and then they had that huge leak last year. So that was...
Oh,
really
yeah, where they
bad.
doxed a whole bunch of...
Of the the more A-list attendees, like influencers and journalists and all that. So that's fun.
And that's not going to be good for California because that's a good amount of money they get.
Yeah.
Like for the economy, like the hotels, the restaurants, the arena itself.
Right, because
it gets rented out.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna hurt a bit for LA.
That's a lot of money they get. That's like if we were to, well, we did. We closed down Disney.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna hurt tourism in Florida. Like
It really is.
These theme parks being down, it's gonna hurt our local economy. So
Yeah, I feel that. Maybe it would make my drives not so horrible if I decide to leave the house, though. That might be positive. Anyways, E3's canceled, so at least we don't have to worry about it being canceled because it is dead. We can worry about it because of a global pandemic instead. So, anyways,
Good stuff.
you want to talk about your favorite story of the week then?
My favorite thing. Okay, so Horizon Zero Dawn comes to PC officially, and ridiculous fanboys are losing their mind.
I need to find this video.
Herman Holst confirmed the title would be coming to PC this summer via an interview on the PlayStation blog. He also went on to mention that while they are pushing it to PC, PlayStation will continue to focus on making games first and foremost for PlayStation console. And the people are freaking out. I don't understand. This game is 3 years old. Why are people freaking out?
I don't know. This is like a weird thing that's happening with the Sony people is that, or PlayStation fan community, is that they just became like irate about
They're
stuff
so
like this.
mad.
It's like, yeah, hold on. I'm pulling up some examples so that people can like see.
Please do. I'd love to hear some.
Look, all right,
I don't. So while you're looking that up, so I don't understand, but yeah, the PlayStation community is definitely just going wild over the fact that their game, and they're making it seem like it just happened. Like it's not like this game came out 4 months ago or 6 months ago, and now they're porting it to a different console. This game is 3 years old,
right.
and you enjoyed it, and that's great. So why are you complaining that other people now get to enjoy it? Even the developers called out that dumb dude who did a video. The developers called him out and was like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, just because you enjoyed the game doesn't mean, like, because someone else is playing it not on PlayStation doesn't mean your gameplay experience diminished. You need to relax.
Right. Hold on. I'm trying to find the video.
I have a PlayStation 4. I don't have Horizon Zero Dawn, but I would rather buy it on PC than PS4 now.
Dude, we're about to get all the hate. We are about to get all the hate from the PlayStation people.
Right.
One, I don't like controllers, let alone the PlayStation controller, which in my opinion is the worst one.
Wow. That is
Because
That
surprising.
is a hot take.
the way the Joy-Cons, the way the analog sticks are on the PlayStation controller annoys the hell out of me.
Oh, you don't like that they're not
Yes,
offset?
Oh, I love offset Joy-Cons. I
That's
love
so
offset
funny.
analog sticks. I have big hands, so to squeeze my two little thumbs. My thumbs aren't little, but to squeeze my thumbs, in a
Yeah,
little
I know
area,
that,
it's
yeah.
kind of annoying. I mean, I did it to play certain games like Persona 5 and whatnot,
Sure.
but and Destiny when I got Destiny 2, but it wasn't my favorite controller. So and then on top of that, my PC is way more powerful than my PS4 Pro, so it's gonna look better. It's gonna
Yeah.
hopefully play better because they could mess that up very easily. Like
Porting it,
what
yeah.
was it, the early 2000s when games would get ported to PC from console and they'd just be like garbage. Remember that? Remember those
Yeah.
times? Those times were terrible.
It's so it's so weird because whatever. This is run on the same engine as Death Stranding, so I think it'll be fine. Seeing as how
Yeah.
Kojima got it to run pretty easily on PC, but I definitely could understand the concern.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna actually pick it up now.
I can't find the full video. I can only find like a 5-second clip of the video. But yeah, it's pretty stupid. This guy destroys like his whole setup. It's really dumb. I don't know if you've seen this, Jason.
Out of rage, and I
Yeah.
don't even know why this is.
Dude,
This
he
is
just
a big
got like
deal.
irate. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know what the problem was. He just like literally destroyed everything. Like he destroyed like his whole fucking room over this shit. It's like not a big
Wow.
deal at all. Anyways, let's read a tweet because that'll be fun. That always makes for interesting content, doesn't it?
Let's read it.
Let's see. So this person said, "That's not how you introduce people to PlayStation. I'll make you pay, and I'm going to make sure you lose everything. You spit in my face, destroyed my company and philosophy, all for what? To appease another platform that isn't yours. I knew this day would come. Prepare yourself." By the way, that's all in caps. There's no periods, but there is an apostrophe in owl, and isn't. So, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this guy. Great way to spend my birthday. Thanks for fucking nothing, PlayStation Gorilla. Herman Holst, Josep.
What?
Decades thrown away, and it is now all for nothing. That's the guy who posted that original video, by the way.
Oh my god.
And I love how that he responded. To read his response.
I'm
do you
trying to
have his
find it.
response
Yeah, I'm
up?
trying to find it. That's the problem is I don't know. I saw the initial response, but
Dude, you know what my
haven't
that favorite part about that response is?
huh.
Like normally when you have like a community manager, someone talk really like, very
Professional,
diplomatic, I
yeah,
guess I should
kinda in
say.
between, yeah.
Yeah, like as in like they can do no wrong. But this dude straight up goes in with like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like you are clearly messed up. This is not as big of a deal as you're making it. It's a 3-year-old game. And it's a really good game. What's the problem with it moving over to PC? I have a PlayStation. I have an Xbox.
You ever seen that dog meme? Where he's like, "Oh, throw. I won't release, only throw." You know, the little shitty cartoon dog?
Yeah.
It's basically that. It's like PlayStation. Release your games on other platforms. Not PC. Not PlayStation. It's like, what? What do you want? You want people to play the game, but you only want them to play it on PlayStation? That's so stupid.
Yeah, you say that these games are great, and you think if the game's good, you want other people to do it. But no, they have to buy a PlayStation. And I get it for like exclusive IP, and at least for a while. Like this game is 3 years old.
Yeah.
It's old news to everyone who's played it on PlayStation. Like, let another community have a whack at it. PC's
So
fine.
stupid. It's just dumb fanboy bullshit. By the way, I found the tweet you were asking for. He said, "What the hell is wrong with you people? We made a game, you enjoyed it. Now some more people get to enjoy it. And somehow that takes away from your enjoyment? Please be kind to yourselves. Your enjoyment of the game has not diminished because some more people get to play it." And yeah,
Yep.
he quoted that. I was pretty dead because, hold on, where is this?
Sound it out.
I'm trying to. No, I'm looking at this thing and it's really funny, but I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between these two pictures. Anyways, somebody took the art for Horizon Zero Dawn and changed it to say "Ho's mad, Zero Dawn, only on PlayStation my ass." And that's kind of funny. But,
I'm so confused about I used to be a fanboy. I'm not
Sure.
gonna lie, I was a fanboy. But I'm not an idiot anymore. Like,
Right.
I don't.
I'm not an idiot.
All the
I used to be a fanboy, but then I got half a brain.
Like, all consoles are computers, essentially. They're a computer. An affordable computer, and a computer that's limited to what you can do with,
Sure.
which is play games that are programmed for that particular device. So essentially, we're all playing on computers, and it shouldn't matter, what you're playing on. Like, I'm playing Modern Warfare now, and I'm playing with a bunch of people on, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Like, that's the future. Like,
Right.
get the fuck out of here, man. Sorry for language. Like,
Right.
I don't understand what the deal is. Does he drive like a Ford and gets mad at anyone else that
Pretty much. Dude.
like, what? You got airbags too? This is ridiculous.
How dare you have safety measures
Thank you,
for your
Ford,
family.
for giving all these other car companies airbags. So if I'm not
Wow.
mistaken, I think Ford was the first car manufacturer.
I don't know.
Don't quote me on any of that. But some car manufacturers started with airbags
point
first, and everyone else
still stands.
copied. Okay.
Yeah, the point
So-
still stands.
Just be happy people are playing the game that you enjoy so much, and you have more people to talk about it with.
I don't know. It's all very stupid. And if
You
it makes,
PC gamers have to buy a PlayStation if you want to play our game.
Oh my god.
I need to look at it because I could be wrong, but correct me if I am wrong. If any of you guys know, PlayStation Now is the exact same on PC as it is on console, correct? Or no?
I have no
I
idea.
have no idea.
Okay. I didn't think anybody would know that, but I figured I would ask. Because I'm trying to see if I can find the full list of games. Yeah, alright, look here. Look at this shit anyways. PlayStation Now is the only place to play incredible PlayStation exclusive games on your PC or laptop, including Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Bloodborne, and many more. They can already play it on PC, you fucking idiots. Why are you mad? They can already play it. You clearly missed that announcement. They're dumb. People make me so mad. They're so stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. None of this makes any sense. But that's it. I'm good on that one. Anybody else got anything else they want to say on that before we wrap it up on one last story?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
Yes. Ori and the Will of the Wisps was made with 80 people working from home. 2020.
It's a dream.
Everyone on the game was working remotely, and the company was able to get talent from Blizzard, amazing, Riot, amazing, Disney, questionable, and more simply,
We say as we live in the home state of Disney.
and more simply by offering a good salary and working from home. A lot of the changes had to be made to accommodate the growth of the company from 20 people to 80. This leads to changes in structure and reporting. That is pretty cool. Like, they made a game remotely. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I wanted to highlight it here because obviously we're in not only are we in the age of like with Corona and everything, we talked about it. You guys are both kind of out of school, and my work is completely remote now. They don't want us going back into the office, and like I saw an article that was like regarding remote work is that remote work's been pushed pretty hard over the years as a thing in the U.S. And this might finally be the thing that allows that door to open and be like, okay, yeah, remote work is acceptable. You know what I mean? As a normal means of doing a job. And
Yeah.
so if you can make a whole game remotely, you can pretty much do anything. Like,
Exactly.
Because that's not easy. You have 80 people in different places doing different things, connecting with them, and they did a lot of really smart stuff here from a business perspective. And that's what I wanted to highlight and kind of talk to you guys about, because they do a lot of stuff that I think is really cool and kind of stuff that, like, if we were capable to do at a certain point, I would like to do as well. Like, they're like, oh, we do like a team thing every year where we like get together every year in like a whatever in the lodge or something. We rent someplace out and we all go to the same place for a week and we all hang out. And I'm like, that's really, really
Yeah.
cool. So
Like, imagine the future where you can live wherever you want and still have your job. Like, you don't have to go look for a new job just because you're moving.
right. And
Like, that's great. Like, because some of the fears of moving, especially when you move to like a new state, it's like
so
you got to
lose
find your
your
job.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to find your job. So like being able to like keep your job and then just live wherever you want, it's amazing.
Right. And there's just so many jobs now that do that. Like, obviously, like, you can't be a server and be remote or something. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be reasonable.
Well, I mean, you could control some robots.
Yeah, I guess you could, theoretically.
Like the chef puts the food on a rhomba, you're just
Yeah.
like staring at it.
That would be pretty good.
Oh,
We
that's
might have
funny.
to get to that point pretty soon, to be honest. Just like, all right, here's your food. The rhombus are coming at 2 miles a second. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything on that, Chris, regarding remote work? I know you typically don't do remote stuff other than ambassador.
I do not. I hate remote stuff. I understand that it's the future, but that does not make me like it anymore.
That's really confusing considering you have Stadia.
Yeah, that's funny.
Dude, you know what's funny? Since you bring that up, I felt so attacked a few weeks ago. Like I felt so attacked because they were talking about, a lot of people had this idea of like, streaming is kind of not that great, but if anyone can do it, Google can do it. And that is like the exact mentality I had. It was like, and all these people were so stupid. And I was like, oh, yeah, it was. This is such a garbage service.
I'm also stupid. Why am I?
It is so bad. I don't have to put up with this. I have a poli-sci degree. I'm just gonna storm off.
I don't know. I knew that was kind of. I don't know. Stadia seemed kind of obvious to me. I guess I don't know. I expected Google to be smarter, personally, regarding how they got games, because they're really struggling with that. But I thought like their problem would be performance, but their problem is games right now.
Yeah.
So
it like when they announced this, I thought this was gonna be like the Netflix of gaming, where I pay a monthly subscription, I can play a bunch of licensed titles that they have, but they want you to sit there and I want to say rebuy games, but like most of us will have to rebuy these games,
right?
And that's not a safe way to go about it. Like you're throwing money in the wind and you don't know if it's gonna come back. Like
talked about it last week, but with Stadia's just not making compelling offers to these companies to bring their games over to Stadia. I feel like they're having this mentality of it's Google Stadia. It's Google. Yeah. Why don't you want to bring our? Right. Why do we have to pay you a certain? Why do we have to make it look so extra lucrative? Like you can move your games over to our Google platform. It's a no-brainer. It's like, no, but it's not. Like, Stadia sucks.
Yeah.
And they're not offering these developers anything extra to, like, do the work to bring their game to their platform.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
They're gonna have a real competitor soon once Xbox launches xCloud. Like, there already are other streaming services, but they're not popular. Like,
how much you want to bet xCloud is just going to move into a public beta? Like, it'll stop being an exclusive beta and it'll move into public beta, kind of like what Fortnite does. Like, it'll be one of those things, and that's how they cover their butt for, like, bugs and stuff. Because that's what Stadia should have done. Stadia should have released this as a beta.
Yeah, they should have. And marketed that way.
And marketed it as a beta. Instead, they're marketing a full release. And congratulations, this full release of streaming service is not good. It's really bad.
And did you see the funny thing with Stadia? Like the comparison? So, you know when Stadia did the launch, how they're like, oh, look, this is how powerful the servers are that run Stadia, right? And it had like all the stats for the server or whatever that it's running on.
Mm-hmm.
When Xbox announced the Series X, it's literally way more powerful than Stadia. Like,
what?
Yes, Xbox Series X is more powerful than Stadia.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Isn't it? Dude, yeah, it's like it's running at like 10 teraflops or something like that. I think Stadia is. And the Xbox Series X is going to run at 12. And they also, like, they're running into a problem with Doom right now because, of course, Bethesda had to find a way to fuck this up. So, when Doom Eternal was announced for Stadia, they said, oh, it's going to run natively 4K, 60 frames on Stadia. Except now it's not going to run natively 4K on Stadia. It's going to run stretched 4K. So it's going to be like PS4 Pro, basically.
So I'm going to steer off topic. That's
sure, go for it.
You know, the Xbox Series X being more powerful than Stadia, I still don't see this console being affordable.
No.
Like if they were trying to make even a dollar worth of profit off this console, it's going to be a lot of money. So I can see, I definitely am going to say the Xbox Series X and the PS5 is going to be sold at a loss.
Yeah, they're going to have to
be. Strictly at a loss. And for Xbox, for Microsoft, that's not bad because they have the services to make up for it.
Right.
Like their services are amazing. For PlayStation, for Sony, they don't really offer they don't have much on the table when it comes to services like Microsoft does.
Well, even I think what you're getting at is the bigger picture. Like Microsoft has more profitable things outside of Xbox. So like as a company, they can take that hit.
Well, yeah, I wasn't
Sony
really
can't.
even referring to that.
Okay.
I wasn't even counting that in. Like, I just feel like you get way more out of the Xbox Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Like,
live.
I think was it like $20 or $30 a month? You get live,
Not
you
even.
get the Game
16.
Pass, and you get the how much is it
16.
for all three things? Live, the
for-
Game Pass, and the Game Pass on PC.
Yep. It's only 16. Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought
Yeah,
it was 30.
No, it's super cheap. Yeah, it's like
And then
16
for
bucks.
PlayStation, and then you get several games for free.
Yep.
And then for PlayStation,
It's
I don't know what it is. So I can't
10
speak for it.
It's
So.
10 a month for PlayStation Gold or PlayStation Plus, sorry. And that's just access to multiplayer, 2 free games a month, and like save data and all that kind of stuff. That all the little
They
stuff
don't,
that nobody
they
thinks
don't
about.
have anything like Game Pass, right?
They do. PlayStation Now is kind of like Game Pass, but it's still $10 a month. So at least you're paying $20 a month.
So you're paying $4 more and you're getting
Yeah.
less.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's no day and date titles. They've said they're not going to do day and date titles like Game Pass. So
Yeah, so that's what's gonna hurt them there.
right, and I think that's why, because we've discussed this a lot. I think internally, especially with
And
Daryl.
then
That's why they're
even-
sitting on PS5.
yeah,
So,
even with Xbox with their payment plans they have for the Xboxes,
yeah,
even if they were to sell it at like $800, they
Payment
offer those
plan.
payment plans
Right.
of like I think it was like what $35 a month. You get the
Yeah,
console
for
and then all the
Xbox One
services
X.
included.
yep. So it's only $20 more for the console a month.
Yeah,
and there's no interest on it.
no interest at all.
So, I guess the only problem is that with that they were running into issues with credit because they have to run a credit when line of credit when they do that.
But there's other companies that don't run credit. Like Renter
Right.
Center doesn't really run credit. And there's other companies that don't run credit. They just need to have a checking account so they can take the money out
right.
guaranteed.
I
Out of
just
the
assume
account.
it's something Microsoft implemented to kind of like
Yeah,
more
and
secure or
that's
something.
and that you do want to be secure, but if they were to go, I don't want to say go less secure because that's still secure.
yeah.
They could still do that.
Yeah, I want to do a discussion on next gen once we have like the full details. Obviously, like we have some more details about Series X. We don't have much on PS5 yet. And I'm not
Except that they're waiting to see what
yeah,
Xbox price.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh my god.
My original point with where I was going with the loss thing and kind of expanding what you were talking about is that Sony doesn't have anything to fall back on. Like as a company, PlayStation is literally their biggest moneymaker. So like if PlayStation screws up, they're gonna start like having some real problems. Because
That's hard to think about. Yeah, that's their only source of income.
They make money off of Sony Music and Sony Pictures
Well, yeah.
and all that, but like nowhere near the amount they're making on as they are on PlayStation. So that's like
Yeah.
their big money maker. So if they screw up PlayStation, like they're screwing up like their entire business basically. So and you see that with PlayStation. You don't see it as much with Microsoft, or not, at least not now. You used to see it more in the 360 days, but Sony has like whatever PlayStation Music that's like linked to a bunch of the stuff that they do, and they promote like new albums that come out every week and stuff like that. So like PlayStation is like the center hub for Sony and what they do. So I don't know, but I do want to have that discussion later on. But anyways, to wrap it up, remote work I think is the future. We have 2 yays and a nay on the goodness of that. Do you gentlemen have anything else that you want to discuss?
No.
We're done. Okay, well then goodbye everybody. We're done.
Try and check us out. Try and check us out at least once a week. That's how often we do this. You might like what you find. I've been Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
And I'm Ambassador Jason.
And we will see you next time.
Goodbye, friends.
We're gone.
See you later.
Stream stopped. Recording.